To another live stream of Major League Baseball tonight. My name is John, Sports Bonanza John. My YouTube page on Kick Tonight, Sports Kick John. Also have some content on Twitch as well under Sport Guru John. And just written down to my page here, it's going to be content of various sports going through Major League Baseball right now, with that really the only thing in action right now. Starting football season, we're going to be a lot of content on this page. Starting the football season, we're now getting down to the final 2 months of the Major League Baseball season. Going to be bringing you the Dodgers and Red Sox tonight from Fenway. Dodgers continuing to lead the NL West, winning Game 1 of this series last night. They will send Clayton Kershaw to the mound tonight. Red Sox currently third place in the American League East, but right in the wild card picture, Garrett Crochet will get the start tonight on the mound for the Red Sox. And on my stream, before we begin any kind of stream, I do always start the day off with a prayer. So we'll start right now with that. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us. And please look over all these players. And let's keep everyone safe tonight. In your name we pray, Lord. Amen. Dodgers and Red Sox. Mentioned Dodgers won Game 1 last night, 5-2 against the Red Sox as they look for the series win tonight at Fenway. Dodgers hit a little bit of a funk there right before the All-Star break, but they are still currently 18 games over 500, still leading the National League West. And as I mentioned, the Red Sox are currently third place in the American League East. They had a 10-game winning streak earlier this season where the offense really started to click, but now they've kind of tapered off on offense a little bit, but still, again, right in that wild card picture in the American League, and it's currently sitting third place in the American League East. Garrett Crochet, again, gets the start for the Red Sox tonight. He leads the major leagues in strikeouts with 165 on the year. He's also the leader for the Red Sox in wins with 11 and has the team's leading ERA at 2.19. Powerful Dodger offense will go try to solve Garrett Crochet tonight as he goes to the mound. I mentioned 11 wins, overall 11-4 with that ERA of 2.19. Just over 135 innings pitched, 36 walks, 165 strikeouts on the season. The numbers for Garrett Crochet, averaging 11 strikeouts per 9 innings this season. Garrett Crochet has been masterful on the mound tonight, or this year, as he's going to get his 22nd start of the year, as he's going to go up against Clayton Kershaw, as mentioned, getting the start for the Dodgers tonight. As this goes on tonight, we'll keep you updated on all the scores around Major League Baseball. A full slate in Major League Baseball tonight. Let's just run down a couple of those scores. Of course, the big story actually in baseball is the Yankees. They are in a slump themselves, and it's just gotten worse as Aaron Judge, the big Yankee slugger, is getting set to head to the injured list. So with the Yankees, they really haven't been playing well the last 6 weeks, and it does not get any easier now with their star slugger Aaron Judge heading to the injured list. So their first game, right before he goes to the injured list today, the Yankees, they were bombed at home by the Phillies last night and was not close today either, as the Phillies win at 9-4 today over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium as the Yankees' woes continue. Other scores, Royals hosting Cleveland for a doubleheader. Royals won the opener 5-3 on a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 10th inning in that game, as the Royals took the opener. Second game gets set to first pitch as we speak. Other games, possible playoff preview in Detroit between the Blue Jays and the Tigers. That game is scoreless in the top of the 5th inning. Arizona and Pittsburgh in a rain delay out there at PNC. Rays and Reds in Cincinnati scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. Rockies and Orioles just underway in Baltimore, as are the Braves and Rangers in Arlington. The Chicago Showdown, Cubs and White Sox, just underway on the south side. Marlins and Brewers just underway in Milwaukee, as are the A's and the Astros in Houston, and the Nationals and Twins in Minneapolis. And yet to come tonight, out west, the Angels host the Mariners, Giants host the Mets, and about to get set to get underway at Busch, the Padres and the Cardinals. That's the baseball lineup tonight. And Garrett Crochet getting the start for the Red Sox tonight with that 11-4 record. And he will face Ohtani Big Dodger sluggers. Shohei Ohtani will lead it off. He'll be followed by Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, Andy Pages, Tommy Edman, Miguel Rojas, Ruiz, and Kim round out the batting order for the Dodgers tonight in Game 2 of this 3-game set at Fenway. Dodgers winning last night 5-2 in the opener. As Crochet will start off with the Dodgers slugger Shohei Ohtani to lead off this game, hitting .273 on the season. He's at 37 home runs on the year. He's drove in 70. And we are underway at Fenway. Ohtani swings and misses for strike one. Here comes the 0-1 from Crochet. That misses inside, a ball and a strike. Crochet looking in on Ohtani, and here comes the 1-1 pitch, and Ohtani lifts that one in the air to center pretty well. And Ohtani has sent the third pitch of the game over the center field wall for home run number 38 on the season for Shohei Ohtani. The deepest part of Fenway to center field, and Ohtani sends it out. And the Dodgers, 3 pitches into the game, lead 1-0. Number 38 on the year for Ohtani, RBI number 71 for the big Dodger slugger. Right over that center field wall. And the Dodgers grab a quick 1-0 first inning lead. And it will bring up the Dodger catcher, Will Smith, and he takes strike one. Smith hitting at .325 on the season. 14 home runs. He's drove in 48. Smith swings and misses, and he's quickly down 0-2. Ohtani goes deep for the 6th time in the last 7 games for the Dodgers. Smith looks in and eyes the 0-2 pitch from Crochet. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's the first out. As Crochet bounces back from the Ohtani home run with a strikeout. And it will bring up Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers. Teoscar hitting .254, 15 home runs. He's drove in 61. Has a lot of Dodger fans in attendance at Fenway. Teoscar Hernandez takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Teoscar Hernandez sends it deep to left, and that ball is going to go over the monster seats. And Teoscar Hernandez sends that one out of Fenway as he goes deep for the 16th time. And 2-0, 3 batters into the game for the Dodgers. Wow. But Crochet has really been in cruise control for the Red Sox on the mound, but he is getting rocked through 3 batters tonight as 2 have left the yard. That one goes out of Fenway over the left field wall and over the monster seats. As Freddie Freeman steps up and fouls it off for strike 1. Freeman hitting .297, 10 home runs. He's drove in 51. Crochet delivers the 0-1. Freeman check swing. That's going to be a tough play, and Freeman's going to beat that out. Infield single for Freeman, the 3rd hit of the inning for the Dodgers. And that'll bring up Andy Pages. Pages hitting .287 on the season. He's got 19 home runs. He's drove in 64. Number 2 on home runs in this Dodgers lineup. That ball is ripped to left center for a base hit. Rounding second, heading to third is Freeman. He's out. A great throw from left center gets out Freeman. He's thinking he's safe, and we'll see if the Dodgers challenge this call. Freeman looks pretty confident that he's safe at third base, and Dave Roberts is calling for the challenge. The ball was bobbled a little bit out there in left center, and Freeman, hard to tell on the replay if the glove got him on the top of the leg before he was tagged out. But the Dodgers are challenging this call. And the rule is in baseball, you get one challenge. If you are successful, you retain that challenge. If you are not successful, you lose the ability to challenge for the rest of the game. So with the Dodgers using a challenge here in the first inning, makes me think they're pretty confident they're going to get this call. And actually on the replay, on the camera that's behind third base, it looks like Freeman may indeed be in there. So this call may very well indeed get overturned. Umpire is still looking at it. It did look like on that view on the third base camera behind third base that Freeman did get his foot in before the tag was applied. And the call in, and of course the rule is on a replay, it does have to be indisputable to overturn the call. They're still looking at this. And they're saying he's out at third base. The call not only stands, the call's confirmed. So they must have saw something on the replay. It sure looked like he had beat that on the tag, but they definitely go with the call on the field, and they confirm the call on the field. So they must be saying that the glove got the top of the leg on Freeman before he slid in. So the Dodgers cannot challenge for the rest of this game, as Tommy Edman will be the batter. Edman takes inside. Edman hitting .227 with 11 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Edman steps out as he awaits Crochet's 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0 to Tommy Edman. Sixth batter of the inning for the Dodgers here in the first innings. They went beep twice here in the first. Edman swings and misses. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Edman steps back in and awaits the 2-2 pitch from Crochet. Edman sends it in the air to center, barely having to move out there this time in center field for the catch is Rafaela, and that does it for the Dodgers in the first, but they get an Ohtani home run and a Teoscar Hernandez home run to take a 2-0 lead as Clayton Kershaw will take the mound here in the bottom of the first inning with a 2-run cushion already before he even throws his first pitch. Kershaw making his 12th start of the year. 4-1 on the year. ERA 3.27. 16 walks, 37 strikeouts. He's pitched 55 innings. He was out a little bit of the season. That's why his innings are down a little bit this year. And getting his 12th start of the year. Red Sox will have Ref Snyder, Bregman, and Anthony due up here in the bottom of the first against Kershaw. Already in a 2-run hole. And again, we'll keep you updated of all the Major League Baseball scores as the evening goes on. Already have a couple finals in, a lot of games taking place as we speak. 2 games out west to take place later on. And also in baseball, we are just 4 days away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Who will be a seller and who will be a buyer? As we still have quite a few teams. For this time of year, you usually start to weed them out, but we still have quite a few teams right there in the playoff picture, wild card or division purposes. There are still several teams with serious postseason aspirations. Ref Snyder, Bregman, and Anthony due up here in the first for the Red Sox. Will be followed by Gonzalez, Story, Narvaez, Duran, Rafaela, and Toro. That is the batting order tonight for the Red Sox. As Rob Ref Snyder leads it off in the bottom of the first. Ref Snyder hitting .265 on the season. 6 home runs. He's drove in 18, and Kershaw's first pitch at the bottom of the first is a strike. Kershaw looks in and delivers the 0-1 pitch to Ref Snyder. Fouled away, 0-2. Red Sox again tonight going with the yellow uniforms. With blue trim. And the 0-2 pitch to Ref Snyder. Down low, 1-2. Ref Snyder much better at the plate against lefties than he is righties. And Kershaw delivers the 1-2 check swing to first, no swing, and it's now 2-2. The count to Ref Snyder. Kershaw works very quickly as he delivers the 2-2 pitch. One hop to short. Throw across is in time, and Ref Snyder retired for the first out of the bottom of the first. One away for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Bregman. Bregman, a .289 hitter. Got 12 home runs on the season. He's drove in 39. Kershaw delivers high for ball 1. Kershaw's 1-0 down low, and Bregman is ahead of Kershaw now 2-0. Bregman steps right back in the box and awaits Kershaw's 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Bregman, 2-1. Two-1 from Kershaw. Rip foul. Into the seats. Third base side into the second deck. Bregman looks on and awaits Kershaw's 2-2 pitch. Bounced up there, and the count runs full now, 3-2 to Alex Bregman. Set for the 3-2 payoff pitch from Kershaw to Bregman. Here it comes. Bregman pops it up. Foul territory right along the line at first base is Freeman for out number 2. 2 down here in the Red Sox first. And the batter will be Anthony. Anthony, a .254 hitter, 2 home runs. He's drove in 14 on the year. Kershaw delivers ball 1 high to Anthony. 1-0, way high, 2-0. Clayton Kershaw in his 18th season in the majors. He delivers the 2-0, and it's low, now 3-0 to Anthony. The 3-0. Taken all the way, and it's a strike, 3-1. Here comes Kershaw's 3-1. Anthony takes low for ball 4. So there's a 2-out walk to Anthony, and the Red Sox have their first base runner with 2 outs. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Gonzalez. Hitting .296, 6 home runs. He's drove in 32 on the year. Kershaw's pitch to Gonzalez is low for ball 1. Gonzalez been really struggling at the plate here in the last couple weeks. Outside, 2-0. And the pitch misses again. It's 3-0. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Second straight 3-ball count that Kershaw's faced. Now brings it in to Gonzalez. Gonzalez swinging on 3-0, hits it right to second. And stepping on the bag for the out at second base is Kim, and that does it for the Red Sox. In the bottom of the first, they get the 2-out walk. But that's it. After 1, Dodgers 2, Red Sox nothing at Fenway. So as I mentioned, the AL East, the Red Sox division, where they are currently in 3rd place and right in the thick of things in the wild card race. And of course, the big story, as mentioned at the beginning of the webcast or the web stream tonight, Aaron Judge, the Yankee slugger, is headed to the injured list. That may open it up for the American League East for everybody in that American League East race. Of course, Toronto, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Rays, those are all very, very possibly playoff teams. AL East, very, 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 very competitive this year, especially with those 4 teams. Baltimore struggling a little bit this year, but those 4 teams, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Rays, all going to be battling for postseason play in these last 2 months of the regular season. And meanwhile, the Dodgers, of course, winning the World Series last year, looking to repeat and at least get back there this year. They hit that little slump right before the All-Star break. But they have been playing a lot better here after the break. Although they were swept at home by Milwaukee last weekend. But they've done very well and after that since coming on the road. And we'll run down the list of baseball scores for you. They have gotten underway in Pittsburgh after that rain delay between the Diamondbacks and Pirates. Give you a full baseball scoreboard rundown coming up next inning. But the Dodgers in this game lead 2-0. And it'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Dodgers. Rojas, Ruiz, and Kim. In the second inning against Garrett Crochet. As Miguel Rojas will lead off the Dodgers second, hitting .245 with 6 home runs. He's drove in 14 on the year. First pitch for by Crochet, top 2, ball 1 outside. 1-0 to Rojas is lined to left field, but right there, barely having to move out there in left field for the catch, is Duran for the first out in the top of the second. And it will bring up Ruiz now. Dodgers left fielder hitting .250. Very limited action this year. This is just his 14th game of the season he's appeared in. And Ruiz takes high for ball 1. One 0 on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Hard swing that time by Ruiz. Ruiz steps in quickly and awaits the 1-1 pitch from Crochet. Swing and a miss again. 1-2. Crochet's 1-2 pitch to Ruiz on the way. Here it comes. Down low, 2-2. Crochet looks on again and delivers the 2-2 to Ruiz. Got him. Ruiz strikes out. That's strikeout number 2 in the inning for Crochet. 2 outs in the Dodgers' second. And it will bring up the number 9 hitter, Hyesung Kim. 303 hitter. He's got 2 home runs. He's drove in 15. Kim shows bunt and takes a little inside for ball 1. Another packed house at Fenway Park on a Saturday night. On the ground, that's past first and into right field. Kim rounding first, took a wide turn, but will stop and head back to first base. Anthony made a good play on that to get to the ball very quickly as it hit off that wall there in right field, just down the first base line. And Kim will hold himself to a 2-out single. As we're back to the top of the order now in Ohtani. Ohtani took the third pitch of the game over the center field wall for the first of 2 Dodger home runs in that first inning. Ohtani fouls it off for strike 1. Ohtani awaits Crochet's 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Ohtani now 2 home runs ahead of Eugenio Suarez and Kyle Schwarber for the lead in home runs. After going deep last inning. Ohtani fouls that one off third base side. It's now 1-2. Crochet gets set to deliver a 1-2 pitch to Ohtani. Runner at first, 2 outs for the Dodgers here in the second. Crochet's 1-2 to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got Ohtani to chase one high in the zone, and Crochet has his third strikeout. Dodgers come up empty in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still the Dodgers 2 and the Red Sox nothing. The Red Sox will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of the second inning against Clayton Kershaw. Story, Narvaez, and Duran due up here in the bottom of the second inning for the Red Sox as they're in a 2-0 hole. In this one. Dodgers took game one of the series last night 5-2, so they look for the series win tonight against the Red Sox with the third game and finale of this series coming up tomorrow at 1:30. Following this series, the Dodgers head to Cincinnati to take on the Reds for a series that begins on Monday. Red Sox will head to Minneapolis to begin a series against the Twins. Speaking of the Reds, that's going to be a very interesting team as well, as they've started to play a lot better in the National League Central as well. They're playing at home against the Rays tonight. Again, I'll give you a score update after the second inning here. I'll give you an update on all the Major League Baseball scores after the second inning. So Trevor Story will lead it off here in the bottom of the second for the Red Sox. Story on the season hitting .252, 15 home runs. He's drove in 60. Tied for second on the Red Sox for home runs. As Clayton Kershaw goes back to work here in the bottom of the second inning. With a 2-0 lead. The Dodgers inherited Kershaw 2 runs in the first inning on those 2 home runs. As he works to Story here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch down low, ball 1. Kershaw's pitch to Story, a swing and a miss. Story will step back in and he awaits Kershaw's pitch. And here it comes. Down low. Story steps right back in and awaits the pitch from Kershaw. That's way high. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Just missed. Full count now, 3-2. As that just missed the outside corner. I think Kershaw thought he had strike 3. Here comes the 3-2 payoff. Check swing. Story did not go. Ball 4. And Story draws the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second. Brings up the Red Sox catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Hitting .266, 9 home runs on the year. He's drove in 33. As Kershaw works to Narvaez. Ball 1. So Kershaw, a little bit of a problem finding the strike zone so far. Of his 28 pitches, that's now 17 that have missed the strike zone. There's a strike, 1-1. Story leads from first, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Did not. I tried to check his swing, but could not. And it's 1-2. Now, Story at first base does have 17 stolen bases on the season. Let's see if he goes here on the 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2. Kershaw does throw over as Story dives back in at first. Story again the lead from first base, and Kershaw's 1-2 pitch. Narvaez sends it in the air to left center. That's going to be off the monster in left center field. Story hits to third. He will hold there, and it's a double for Narvaez for the first Red Sox hit of the game, and the Red Sox have two in scoring position with nobody out in the second. And the batter will be Jarren Duran. Number 7 hitter in the Red Sox lineup, hitting .254. 9 home runs. He's drove in 53. That's Narvaez's 21st double on the season. That last hit off the monster. Here's the pitch to Duran, strike one. So the Red Sox down 2, have 2 in scoring position with nobody out here in the second. And the 0-1 pitch from Kershaw. Inside corner, 0-2. Duran didn't care for that strike call. Rafaela is on deck. Here comes the 0-2. Low, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Kershaw to Duran. Here it comes. Misses, 2-2. Kershaw looks on again and delivers the 2-2 pitch to Duran. Duran sends it into right center field, and that's going to be over the head. This is going to tie the game. Story scores. Narvaez comes in to score. Duran is headed to third base, and the throw gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Duran to come all the way around. Red Sox tie it 2-2. As Duran stands at third base. That was hit harder than I thought it was. It ended up over the head of Pages in center field. And it brought 2 around, and Duran ended up at third base. So the batter is Rafaela, hitting .267. He's gone deep 14 times. He's drove in 48. And Rafaela takes a strike at the knees. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Kershaw to Rafaela, swing and a miss, 0-2. Number 9 hitter for the Red Sox, Abraham Toro, was on deck. Kershaw's 0-2. Down low as it bounced up there, 1-2. Good stop behind the plate there by Will Smith. Kershaw looks on again and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Rafaela. Down low again, and another good stop as Will Smith blocked that one, 2-2. Still nobody out for the Red Sox here in the second. They've tied it with 2 and have the go-ahead run standing at third base. 2-2 pitch. Fouled. As Rafaela stays alive. Two-two pitch again. Rafaela fouls it off again. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And the Red Sox really running Kershaw's pitch count up here in the second inning. It's already at 41 with no outs in the second inning. Another 2-2. Popped up on the infield. And the catch made by the shortstop Rojas for the first out. No advancement from Duran on that one. Toro hitting .269 home runs. He's drove in 20. Kershaw's pitch to Toro misses low, ball 1. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch from Kershaw to Toro. It's now 1-1. Kershaw looks on and delivers the 1-1 to Toro. Here it comes. Toro sends it into right center field. That's going to be deep enough to score the run. There's the catch. Tagging and scoring is Duran on a sac fly, and the Red Sox lead at 3-2. That was plenty deep enough in center field to score Duran, and the Red Sox, with 3 in the bottom of the second, have taken the lead. As we are back to the top of the order now in Refsnyder. The pitch to Refsnyder is fouled off third base side. Oh, 1. Bouncer back to Kershaw. Kershaw turns and throws to first to end the bottom of the second inning. But a profitable second inning for the Red Sox as they put 3 on the board. And after 2 at Fenway, Red Sox lead the Dodgers 3-2 in a rematch of the 2018 World Series between these two teams. World Series that was won by the Red Sox over the Dodgers. It's the Red Sox last World Series championship. Here as we head to the top of the third inning, let's give you a quick baseball scoreboard here. Earlier today at Yankee Stadium, Phillies 9-4 win over the Yankees. Phillies have won the first 2 in that series in convincing fashion in both games. Game 1 of a doubleheader in Kansas City, Royals beat Cleveland 5-3. Royals hit a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 10th inning to win that one. Blue Jays and Tigers possible playoff preview scoreless in Detroit, top of the 7th. Pittsburgh, as they're finally underway after that rain delay in Pittsburgh, Pirates lead the Diamondbacks 2-0, bottom of the 2nd. Rays have scored in Cincinnati on the Reds. The Rays lead at 1-0, top of the 6th inning there. Orioles lead the Rockies 3-0, top of the fourth in Baltimore. Braves 2, Rangers 2, top of the third in Arlington. Chicago showdown between the Cubs and White Sox, scoreless on the south side, top of the fourth. Marlins and Brewers in Milwaukee, 1-1, bottom of the third. A's lead in Houston over the Astros, 1-0. That game's in the bottom of the second. Nationals have scored to take the 1-0 lead over the Twins in the bottom of the third. Game 2 of the doubleheader in Kansas City. Cleveland leads that one 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Padres and Cardinals 1-1 at Busch in the bottom of the second. And coming up later on out west, the Mets and the Giants in the Bay Area, and the Mariners and the Angels, AL West battle in Anaheim. That's your baseball scoreboard at the moment. And here in this one, the Red Sox lead the Dodgers 3-2 as we get set for the top half of the third inning. Dodgers will have 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, and Freddie Freeman against Garrett Crochet, who now has a lead as he takes the mound. Underway, top of the third, Will Smith leading it off, and Will Smith takes low for ball one. Smith, a strikeout victim against Crochet back in the first. Crochet has 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. And Smith takes on the outside corner, strike one. Crochet's 1-1 pitch to Will Smith. Outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch, fouled away, 2-2 now. The count to Will Smith. Teoscar Hernandez on deck. He hit the second of those 2 home runs in the first inning for the Dodgers. That gave them the quick 2-0 lead, but it was short-lived as the Red Sox just played a 3 in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch on the way from Crochet to Will Smith. Check swing foul. Another 2-2 pitch coming to Will Smith from Garrett Crochet. Here it comes. Outside, full count. Three-two is ball 4. And Will Smith leads off, gets a leadoff walk, draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the third. And they'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. I talked about earlier, Yankees losing Aaron Judge to the injured list, and the Yankees have lost the first 2 in the series to the Phillies. The Blue Jays, probably the biggest surprise in baseball this year with this Yankees slump, as there's a strike to Teoscar Hernandez. Blue Jays now have a 6-game lead in the American League East over the Yankees. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounced back to Crochet, only 1 play, and that's the first, and the out there. Will Smith to second. 1 away here in the Dodgers' third, and it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. Freeman goes after the first pitch and grounds it to second base. Out recorded there for out number 2 as Gonzalez makes the throw over to first. Smith over to third, but there are now 2 outs. And it'll bring up Andy Pages. Pages singled his last time up. He's the one that singled. And the single where Freeman was thrown out trying to reach third base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Tying run at third for the Dodgers with 2 outs here in the third. And here's the 2-0 pitch from Crochet. Strike one. 98 on the radar gun on that one. Crochet looks on and delivers the 2-1 pitch. In the air, foul. Right field side, and it's now 2-2. Two pitch. Fouled away. Pages stays alive. Pages steps back in and awaits the 2-2 pitch from Crochet. Got him! A high one that Pages went after and missed, and Crochet gets out of it. Dodgers strand the tying run at third. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Dodgers 2. Red Sox will have Bregman, Anthony, and Gonzalez 2, 3, and 4 in the order coming up here in the bottom of the third inning against Clayton Kershaw. Of course, talking about other sports action, of course, NFL training camps getting underway. The annual Hall of Fame game coming up this Thursday night in the NFL. Chargers and Lions going to be participating in that Hall of Fame game. But, of course, the big news will be the inductees. The newest inductees into the Hall of Fame in Canton this year. Four members going into the NFL Hall of Fame this year. It'll be two Allens, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates. What a great tight end he was. And I'm not sure what took so long on this one to put into the Hall of Fame in the NFL, but Sterling Sharp, wide receiver, his great Packer days, finally getting into the Hall of Fame. Again, not sure why that one took so long. Sterling Sharp should have been in years ago, but glad to see he's finally getting the nod and getting the call for a bust in Canton. So NFL Hall of Fame ceremonies coming up this coming weekend. And, of course, that Hall of Fame game that kicks off the preseason slate coming up Thursday night. Chargers and Lions there in Canton, Ohio. Meanwhile, back here to baseball, it is a 3-2 Red Sox lead over the Dodgers. We get set to begin the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch of the bottom of the third to Bregman misses for ball one. Bregman popped out his first time up. Bregman takes a strike, 1-1 now. One pitch, down low, 2-1. Kershaw's 2-1. Strike at the knees, 2-2. Bregman having a discussion about that one. He didn't care for that call. 2-2 pitch is grounded. Is that going to go foul? It is not. It's going to stay fair, and Bregman has himself an infield single. So Bregman a leadoff single here at the bottom of the third for the Red Sox. Kershaw knew he had no chance, so he let that roll, hoping it would go foul, but it did not. And the batter now is Roman Anthony. Anthony walked his first time up, takes inside for ball one. Kershaw's 1-0 to Anthony on the ground, through into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Bregman, and the Red Sox have 2 on with nobody out, looking to add some insurance to their 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. And it will bring up Romy Gonzalez, the cleanup hitter for the Red Sox. Gonzalez steps in against Kershaw. Gonzalez 0 for 1 so far in the game. And the pitch from Kershaw. Up high, ball one. Gonzalez hitting just shy of 400 with runners on base. So he's a big threat for the Red Sox here at the plate with 2 on. Gonzalez bounces one to second. That could be 2. Steps on second, and the throw to first for an easy double play. A big double play turned by the Dodgers. Bregman does advance to third, but there are now 2 outs. As that was hit to Kim as he stepped on the second base bag. And then threw to first to turn the easy double play. So now 2 outs for Trevor Story, who walked his first time. And takes high and outside here for ball one. Kershaw's 1-0 to Story. Strike. 1-1. Kershaw looks on and delivers the 1-1 to Trevor Story. Outside, 2-1. Kershaw looks on again, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. To Story. Strike. 2-2. That was pitch number 60 for Kershaw, and we're still in the third inning. Two-two pitch to Story from Kershaw. Here it comes. Down low, full count. The 3-2 payoff to Story from Kershaw. Got him. Story strikes out. Red Sox finished in the third. They strand a runner at third base. We've played 3 in Fenway. Red Sox 3, Dodgers 2. So Kershaw able to get out of that first and second, nobody out jammed to keep it a 1-run game. As for the Dodgers in the fourth, it'll be Edman, Rojas, and Ruiz, 6, 7, and 8 in the order against Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet coming over to Boston this year after spending last year in Chicago. He had the other color socks on last year as he was a member of the White Sox last year. Now changed colors and moved out east and becomes a member of the Red Sox this year. Couple updates on some of those baseball scores. The Reds have taken the lead over the Rays 2-1. That game at the bottom of the sixth in Cincinnati. Royals trying to come back against Cleveland in the second game of that doubleheader. That's now 4-2. Cleveland leading the Royals top of the third. That game in Kansas City. A couple of updates on those games. Blue Jays and Tigers mentioned could be a possible playoff preview coming up down the road. They are still scoreless. Top of the eighth inning in Detroit. Toronto, as mentioned, with the Yankees slump, Toronto has built a 6-game lead in the American League East over the slumping Yankees. The Red Sox right there on the Yankees' heels for second. As it would make that race for second very interesting if the Red Sox hang on to win this game tonight. Tampa Bay is in fourth, but they're still not too far back themselves behind second place as they're clinging to some wild card hopes themselves. And we're about to get set to go into August, and there are still a lot of teams in play for postseason ball this year. Usually by this time, you start to see about, 6 to 8 teams, 6 to 9 teams that really are out of it. But this year, there's still a lot of teams clinging to postseason hope with 2 months left in the season. Top of the fourth, first pitch from Crochet is outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch is outside to Edman, now 2-0. Those two pitches weren't anywhere close. Crochet working quickly and delivering the 2-0 pitch to Tommy Edman. Edman fouls it back, 2-1. Edman 0 for 1 in this one so far. Rojas on deck for the Dodgers. Edman steps back in the box and awaits the 2-1 pitch from Garrett Crochet. Into center field, and that's going to be a base hit for Tommy Edman as he drops one in center field in front of Rafaela, and Tommy Edman aboard here in the top of the fourth. That's the tying run for the Dodgers. And that will bring up Miguel Rojas. Rojas 0 for 1, lined out his first time up back in the second inning. The pitch from Crochet is outside for ball 1, as Crochet is nearing the 50 pitch mark here into the fourth inning. 1-0 down low, 2-0. Pitch from Crochet. Here it comes. Outside corner, 2-1. 97 on that one from Crochet. The 2-1 pitch to Rojas. At the knee, strike two. Rojas didn't like that call. 2-2. Home plate umpire tonight is Stu Surewater. Dan Merzel at first base, Jordan Baker at second, and James Jean, who called the balls and strikes last night, is at third base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Crochet to Rojas. Rojas pops it up foul, and that will get out of play. Stays 2-2. Crochet looks on again and delivers the 2-2 pitch to Rojas. Swing and a miss. He got him. Got Rojas to chase a low one, and that's strikeout number 5 for Garrett Crochet. 1 out in the Dodgers' fourth. And it will bring up Ruiz. Ruiz takes outside for ball 1. Ruiz struck out his first time against Crochet. And Crochet's a 1-0 pitch at the knee, strike 1. One, fouled away, 1-2. Ruiz awaits the 1-2 pitch from Crochet. And here it is. On the ground to second. Nice play. Throw to second is in time to get the lead runner. I thought the easier play there would have been to first base, but Gonzalez made the throw over to Story to erase the lead runner, and there are 2 outs. Just in time at second base. So here's Hai-Song Kim with 2 outs. Kim is 1 for 1 in the game. So he got a hit back in the second inning against Crochet and takes strike 1 here. As Crochet, this next pitch will be number 60 for him. Oh, 1 is foul, and Kim is in an 0-2 hole. Kim steps in and awaits the 0-2 pitch from Crochet. Foul away, stays alive. Kim again awaits the 0-2 from Crochet. And again fouls it off. Tommy Edman at first base, not a stolen base threat, just 3 on the season. Here's another 0-2 from Crochet to Kim, and Kim, a great battle here as he fouls it off again. Down the seats along the third base side. Kim steps back in the box again and awaits the 0-2 pitch from Crochet. Comes inside on him, and the throw back to first, and Edman dives back. Kim able to get out of the way of that one as that came up and in. And I'm sorry, that's not Edman. Edman was erased on the fielder's choice earlier. Kim again awaits the 1-2 pitch. Up high, just missed. 2-2. Top of the order, Ohtani is on deck. The Red Sox would like to wait until the 5th to get him with nobody on base. But Kim sends it off the glove of the second baseman into center field. And it's going to be first and third for the Dodgers with 2 outs. Kim hit one into center field. A diving effort by the second baseman Gonzalez, but he could not come up with it. And it's runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Dodgers. With Ohtani coming up. Ohtani 1 for 2. He hit the home run to lead off the first inning on the third pitch of the game. He struck out his last time at bat. And a meeting on the mound there. And now Ohtani heads back to the dugout. Going to change his gear. So here is Ohtani with runners at the corners and 2 outs for the Dodgers, trailing by a run, top of the 4th. Fouled away, strike 1. Crochet delivers the 0-1 to Ohtani. Here it comes. Foul back, and it's 0-2. Crochet a strike away from getting out of this. Still with the lead. Ohtani just missed that one. Here's the 0-2. Got him. Got Ohtani to chase a low one, and Crochet with his 6th strikeout, and he gets out of it. Dodgers strand 2. We head to the bottom of the 4th at Fenway. It's still Red Sox 3, Dodgers 2. For the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 4th, it will be Narvaez, Duran, and Rafaela. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Against Clayton Kershaw. Give you another baseball scoreboard update at the top of the next half inning. So through 4 innings in this one, so far for Crochet, thrown 69 pitches, 48 of those strikes. He gave up those 2 home runs in the first inning, but hasn't allowed anything since. Meanwhile, Kershaw going into the bottom of the 4th through 3 innings, he's already at the 62 pitch mark. So both pitchers a little up there in their pitch count. So Narvaez will lead it off in the bottom of the 4th for the Red Sox. He doubled his first time and scored on the Duran triple in that 3-run second inning for the Red Sox. As Kershaw will head back to work on the mound for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 4th. Still trailing by a run, 3-2, as the Red Sox got to him in the second inning for those 3 runs. So Narvaez the batter here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. In packed house at Fenway Park on this Saturday night. Dodgers and Red Sox. Narvaez takes low for ball 1. One. Narvaez fouls it off. Right field side, it's 1-2. Narvaez steps in again and awaits Kershaw's 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Stays alive. Narvaez awaits another 1-2 pitch from Kershaw. Here it comes. In the air, right field. That's going to hit foul. Hernandez made an effort to try to get that one, but couldn't quite get there. There's not a lot of foul territory down that right field line at Fenway, and that ball hit about the only spot it can hit foul without being either into the stands or a fair ball. There's not a lot of foul territory at all down that right field line. Here comes another 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3. That's not the pitch that Narvaez was looking for, but he knew it. Second strikeout for Kershaw, 1 out in the 4th. And the batter is Jarren Duran. Duran hit the 2-run triple that tied the game in the second before Toro sacked flies, giving the Red Sox the lead. Strike 1 to Duran. Here's the 0-1 from Kershaw, a little high, 1-1. One pitch. Popped up. Shallow left field. And the catch made in shallow left by Rojas, the shortstop, for out number 2. 2 down, and the batter is Rafaela. Rafaela's 0 for 1 as he steps up with 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike 1 from Kershaw to Rafaela. 0-1. Rafaela on 1 hop to third. Throw across, and the Red Sox retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. On to the 5th we go at Fenway. Red Sox 3, Dodgers 2. Dodgers will have 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Smith, Hernandez, and Freeman due up against Garrett Crochet. As Crochet trying to get through the 5th inning and be in line for the win. He's at the 69 pitch mark right now. Run down some of these updated baseball scores for you here as we head to the 5th inning. The Blue Jays have erupted in Detroit for 6 runs. The Blue Jays now lead at 6-0 over the Tigers, top of the 9th in Detroit. Pirates continue to lead the Diamondbacks 2-0, bottom of the 5th in Pittsburgh. Rays and Reds 2-2 in Cincinnati, bottom 7. Orioles lead the Rockies 6-0, bottom of the 6th. Rangers 4, Braves 3, bottom of the 4th in Arlington. Battle of Chicago between the Cubs and White Sox. That game's scoreless, top of the 6th. Hottest team in the National League, the Brewers. They lead the Marlins at home in Milwaukee, 3-2. That's headed to the top of the 5th inning. A's 1, Astros 0, bottom 4. Nationals 2, Twins 0, top of the 5th in Minneapolis. Cleveland 6-2 over the Royals, top of the 4th in that one. Second game of the doubleheader there. Padres have taken the lead at Busch over the Cardinals 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Finals from earlier, Phillies winning the Bronx 9-4. Put up 21 runs on the Yankees in the first 2 games of that series. And the Royals 5-3 win over Cleveland in game 1 of the doubleheader in Kansas City. Later on, out in the Bay Area, Mets and Giants. And in Anaheim, after a while, the Mariners and the Angels. A full baseball scoreboard for you. As we head to the top half of inning number 5 at Fenway, the Red Sox lead the Dodgers 3-2. It's going to be Will Smith leading it off in the 5th for the Dodgers against Crochet, and that is ball 1 outside. One 1-0 pitch. Smith fouls it away, 1-1. Smith has reached on a walk. He's 0 for 1 officially in the game. Up high, 2-1. Garrett Crochet has settled down since the first inning when he gave up those 2 Dodger home runs. And a swing and a miss by Smith, 2-2. 98 on that fastball from Crochet. He's still bringing it despite being at 73 pitches in the 5th inning. Dodgers bullpen starting to loosen down there. Has the 2-2 pitch from Crochet. Smith went after it and swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Crochet. 1 away in the Dodger 5th. That looked like Alexis Diaz in the Dodger bullpen. Ball 1 here to Teoscar Hernandez. He hit the second of those 2 first-inning home runs for the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch, down low, 2-0. Hernandez looks on and awaits the 2-0 from Crochet. Here it comes. Outside, now 3-0. .30 pitch. Let's see if Hernandez is taking here. He does, and that pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. 3-1. Freddie Freeman, the cleanup hitter on deck for the Dodgers. The 3-1 is fouled away. That'll reach the seats, and the count runs full now, 3-2. A 74-degree evening at Fenway Park in Boston. And a packed house on hand. And the payoff 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and the Dodgers have the tying run on here in the 5th for Freddie Freeman coming up. Freeman 1 for 2 so far in this one, as Crochet has just hit the 80 pitch mark. Pitch to Freeman, strike 1. A 1 pitch to Freeman. Instead, Crochet steps off. Freeman resets in the box. Crochet resets on the mound and delivers the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. One, swing and a miss, 1-2. Freeman awaits the 1-2 pitch from Crochet. And here it comes. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. With Crochet's pitch count about to be 85 on his next pitch, will this be his last inning? Regardless. 1-2 pitch to Freeman. Swing and a miss. He got him. Freeman chased the low one there, and strikeout number 8 for Crochet. 2 out in the Dodger 5th. And it brings up Andy Pages. Pages takes low for ball 1. Pages has singled and struck out in the game. He's one of 8 strikeout victims against Crochet. And the pitch misses high, 2-0. Pages steps back in and awaits Crochet's 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Two-one. Outside, ball 3. Runner takes off and throw to second, out. A caught stealing. The Dodgers cannot challenge. They lost their challenge in the first, so the Dodgers done in the 5th. And he was out anyway on the replay. Dodgers done in the 5th. It's still Red Sox 3, Dodgers 2 as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Well, for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the fifth, it'll be 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Toro, and then the top of the order, Refsnyder and Bregman. So was that the last pitch thrown by Garrett Crochet tonight? As through 5 innings, Crochet is at 89 pitches. Have to wait and see if they bring him back on for the 6th. So Kershaw here, because he will come back out here in the bottom of the 5th. He is at 73 pitches through 4 innings. We saw, I believe it was Diaz that was loosening in the Dodger bullpen. As Toro will lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Red Sox. Toro hit that sac fly. That was the final run in that 3-run second inning for the Red Sox that gave them a 3-2 lead. And so far, that has held up for the Red Sox to this point. Dodgers got their 2 in the top of the 1st on 2 home runs. A leadoff home run on the 3rd pitch of the game by Ohtani. And Teoscar Hernandez followed it up 2 batters later with a home run. Red Sox answered with 3 in the bottom of the 2nd. 2-run triple by Duran, and then the sacrifice fly by Toro to make it 3-2, which is where we still stand as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. Toro against Kershaw. First pitch, bottom 5, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, way high, 1-1. Comes the 1-1. On the ground to third. Nice pickup. Throw across the diamond. Dug out by Freeman at first base. 1 out. Not the greatest throw over there by Edman, but Freeman did a good job of digging that out, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order now in Refsnyder. Refsnyder takes strike 1. Refsnyder 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded out twice. Refsnyder takes a strike. It's 0-2. Oh, 2, another ground ball from Refsnyder. There's Edman again over the first for the second out. 3 ground outs now for Refsnyder in this one. 2 outs in the Red Sox 5th inning. And it will bring up Alex Bregman. Kershaw about to throw his 80th pitch of the night. To Alex Bregman, it's a strike. Bregman 1 for 2. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Bregman looks in, and the 1-1 pitch from Kershaw. Strike 2, 1-2. One-two pitch to Bregman, grounded foul. Looking ahead to the Dodgers' sixth inning, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Pages, Edman, and Rojas. Here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit a ton to left, but well foul into the upper deck. That ball was crushed, but pulled it foul. And Bregman again will await a 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Another foul ball. Good battle here between Kershaw and Bregman. Kershaw again deals a 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Bregman fouls it off again. What a battle here. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Kershaw again delivers the 2-2. Grounded foul again, third base side. Well, he's making Kershaw work for this out, is Bregman. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat from Kershaw to Bregman. Up the middle and base hit, and Bregman will win the battle. After fouling off 4 pitches against Kershaw, Bregman sends one up the middle into center field, and he's got himself a 2-out single here in the bottom of the 5th. Which will bring up Roman Anthony. Anthony on the night is 1 for 1, and he's also reached on a walk. Anthony takes a strike. Anthony sends one into left center. On the run, that is off the monster, and it gets by the center fielder, rounding third, and coming around to score the throw home late. RBI double for Anthony, and the Red Sox add insurance 4-2 now, as Bregman comes around all the way from first base. RBI double for Anthony has given the Red Sox now a 2-run lead. Close play at the plate, but Bregman slid under the tag. Again, the Dodgers cannot challenge. They lost their challenge with the unsuccessful challenge back in the first inning. And now meeting out on the hill between Kershaw and Smith. And that's going to actually do it for Clayton Kershaw, as he is pulled with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. He was wanting to get through 5, and you see the emotion as he comes off the mound. So Kershaw could not get that 3rd out in the bottom of the 5th, and he exits after 4 2/3. Throwing 91 pitches. Gave up 4 runs, all of them earned, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he is responsible for the runner at second base as well. But Kershaw will exit the mound. Just unable to get that third out here in the fifth inning. The new Dodgers pitcher is going to be Edgardo Enriquez will come in for his third appearance of the season. So not a whole lot of stats for Enriquez. He's pitched just 2 innings in his two prior appearances, 2 innings total. And the first pitch swinging is Gonzalez, hit to short, and Enriquez throws one pitch and gets out of the bottom of the fourth, but the Red Sox add a run on the 2-run double by Anthony. We head to the 6th. That's the Red Sox 4, the Dodgers 2. As the Dodgers are going to send Pages, Edman, and Rojas to the mound in the 6th. Now trailing by 2, 4-2. And we'll see if the Red Sox will send Crochet back out for the 6th. As he's thrown quite a few pitches in this game. Crochet, through 5 innings, is at 89 pitches. So the Red Sox leading this game 4-2, looking to even this 3-game series at a game apiece. Dodgers winning the opener last night 5-2. They'll have to come back in this one as they trail at 4-2. Red Sox have scored 4 unanswered runs since the Dodgers took the 2-0 first inning lead. It looks like Crochet is going to head back out there for the 6th inning. As Pages will be the leadoff batter. He is 1 for 2 on the night with a single against Crochet in his 2 previous at-bats. And Crochet back out there. Top 6 underway. Strike 1. Oh, 1. Outside corner. Strike 2. 0-2. Strike 3. Pa has watched it. Strikeout number 9 for Crochet. Pages did not like the strike 2 call, and he really did not like the strike 3 call as he looked back at home plate umpire Stu Sherwater. And expressed his slight disgust. Swing and a miss here by Tommy Edman for strike 1. Hedman has singled in his 2 previous at-bats, 1 for 2. Here's the 0-1. 2 Hedman, swing and a miss, 0-2. Boy, Crochet's bringing it here. 5 pitches, all strikes here in the 6th inning. And here's the 0-2. Inside that time, 1-2. 95th pitch of the night, and he still brought that one at 99 miles per hour. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw down to first to complete the out. And that is another strikeout for Crochet. That's a double-digit strikeout night. Number 10 for Crochet on the night. 2 down in the inning, and it brings up Rojas. Rojas hitless in 2 at-bats so far tonight. Alexis Diaz gets back up in the Dodger bullpen. He was warming up earlier. As the pitch misses to Rojas, it's now 2-0. This, without a doubt, you would think is Crochet's last inning. As the 2-0 pitch on the way, hit through into left field for a base hit. 2-out single for Rojas. Will bring up Ruiz. Going to let Crochet try to get through the 6th, it looks like, as he's about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. And Ruiz pops it up on the infield, and the catch made by the second baseman Gonzalez to end the top of the 6th. Crochet makes it through 6 for the Red Sox and has a 4-2 lead as we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. So will we see Diaz come in the bottom of the 7th for the Dodgers, as Enriquez only threw 1 pitch in the bottom of the 6th inning and got out of that inning. So let's see who the Dodgers go with on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th. As they will be facing in the order for the Red Sox, it will be Anthony, Gonzalez, and Story, 3, 4, and 5 due up. As they are looking for some insurance to their 4-2 lead. We'll give you another look at the baseball scoreboard after this half inning. Another game has gone final. Again, we'll give you the whole scoreboard. In the top of the 7th inning, it is going to be Diaz coming into the game to pitch for the Dodgers. Diaz, just his 2nd appearance of the year. For the Dodgers. So this will just be his 2nd appearance. The 2nd appearance for Diaz on the season for the Dodgers. Drafted back in 2015 by the Cincinnati Reds. And he was traded at the end of May. Got called up on July the 8th in making just his second appearance of the year. And that first pitch was to the backstop from Diaz. Got the call up from AAA Oklahoma City about 3 weeks ago. And now Diaz brings the 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Trevor Story's 0 for 1. He has reached on a walk and scored. The 1-1 from Diaz, Story fouls back, 1-2. Diaz looks on and gets set to deliver the 1-2 pitch to Trevor Story. Story stepped out and steps back in and gets set for the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Diaz sets and brings the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 down the middle. Story knew it. First strikeout for Diaz, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Narvaez. Narvaez 1 for 2 in the game with a double. And he has scored one of the 4 Red Sox runs. Narvaez are going to check to see if he swung, and he did not. That is ball 1. Diaz brings the 1-0 to Narvaez. Foul back, 1-1. Looking ahead to the Dodgers' 7th inning, Ohtani will be due up second. It'll be 9-1-2 in the Dodgers order. Narvaez fouls that one off right field side. It's 1-2. One-two pitch on the way from Narvaez. Two Narvaez from Diaz. In the air, right field. And calling for it out there in right field is Teoscar Hernandez for out number 2. And it brings up Jarren Duran with 2 out, nobody on for the Red Sox. Duran hit the 2-run triple back in the 2nd that at the time tied it before Toro's sacrifice fly later that inning gave the Red Sox the lead, and they've added 1 since. Duran takes outside for ball 1. (102) Duran ripped into right field. That is a fair ball. Duran rounding first, heading to second. He's going for 3, and he's going to have his second triple of the night. That just hit fair in right field. And Jarren Duran, his second triple of the night, his 12th on the season. Would Jarren Duran never stopped running once he hit the base paths. And it will bring up Rafaela, strike 1. A pop out and a ground out, an 0 for 2 night for Rafaela to this point. Rafaela takes inside, nice stop by Smith. That gets by Smith. That's another run for Boston. So Jarren Duran now trailing Corbin Carroll by 1 on the season on the triples list with his 2 tonight as Rafaela fouls it off. Justin Wilson warming up in the Red Sox bullpen. We'll see if we see him in the 7th inning as the pitch from Diaz to Rafaela misses high and outside, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Fouled away. Duran again, the lead from third, and here comes the 2-2 on the ground to third. Edman, long throw in time to retire the side, and the Red Sox squander the 2-out triple. 9-1-2 in the Dodgers order, due up in the 7th inning, as the Red Sox lead this one 4-2 after 6 at Fenway. So here, as we head to the top of the 7th inning, let's give you another rundown of the scoreboard. Games played earlier today out in the Bronx. Phillies 9-4 win over the Yankees. They win that series. They go for the sweep tomorrow. Game 1 of a doubleheader in Kansas City. Royals 3-run home run in the bottom of the 10th. Beat Cleveland 5-3. It's now a final in Detroit. Blue Jays win again, 6-1 over the Tigers. Blue Jays now 17-4 in their last 21 games. And they are, at the moment, running away with things in the American League East. They now have a 6.5-game lead with this win in the American League East. Out in Pittsburgh, bottom of the 7th, Pirates lead the Diamondbacks 2-0. Bottom of the 8th in Cincinnati, Reds lead the Rays 4-2. Bottom of the 7th out in Baltimore, Orioles all over the Rockies 9-0. Top of the 7th in Arlington, Braves and Rangers tied at 4. Battle of Chicago on the south side in the top of the 8th inning, Cubs lead 3-0 over the White Sox. Top of the 7th in Milwaukee, the Marlins broke loose over the Brewers. They now lead the hottest team in the National League right now, the Brewers 7-3. Marlins lead that game top of the 7th. Bottom of the 6th in Houston, Astros trail at home to the A's 2-0. Bottom of the 6th in Minneapolis, Nationals lead the Twins 5-2. Top of the 6th, game 2 of that doubleheader in Kansas City between the Royals and Cleveland. Cleveland leads at 6-4. Bottom of the 6th inning in St. Louis, Padres lead the Cardinals at Busch 2-1. Mets and Giants just underway in the Bay Area. And set to get underway here in about 25 minutes in Anaheim, the Mariners and the Angels in the an AL West battle. And here it is 4-2 Red Sox leading the Dodgers, top of the 7th inning, and it will be Wilson on to pitch. For the Red Sox, Justin Wilson, a 2-1 record. 2.32 ERA, and his first pitch is strike 1 to the number 9 hitter, Kim. Wilson, 14 walks, 35 strikeouts on the season. And he delivers the 0-1 pitch to Kim. Outside, 1-1. So the final numbers tonight for Garrett Crochet, he goes 6. Allows 2 runs, both of them earned. It was just those 2 first-inning home runs. Nothing after that. 8 hits. 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, and threw exactly 100 pitches. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Wilson to Kim, a swing and a miss, 1-2. Ohtani on deck. Dodgers would love to get Kim on so they could get Ohtani up as the tying run. But Kim is in a 1-2 hole here. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Wilson to Kim. Just missed. 2-2. That just missed the outside corner. 2-2 pitch. Wilson to Kim. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Wilson's first strikeout, 11th on the night by Red Sox pitchers. And Ohtani will come up with the bases empty. Ohtani homered on the third pitch of the game, but he struck out his previous 2 plate appearances. Wilson brings it to Ohtani, swings and misses, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. One pitch on the way to Ohtani. Down low, 2-1. Ohtani looks in against Wilson, and the 2-1 pitch on the way. Foul ball, 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Wilson to Ohtani and the 2-2. Down low when the count goes full. Three-two payoff pitch from Wilson to Ohtani. Got him. That's a hat trick for Ohtani as he strikes out for the 3rd time to go along with his home run. 2 down here in the 7th. One rough stat for Ohtani. Not only is he the Dodgers leader in home runs, but that is now the 124th time he has struck out this season. Will Smith fouls it back for strike 1. So Ohtani, if he doesn't hit a home run on you, there's a good chance you can get him to strike out, as he has done 3 times tonight against Red Sox pitchers. 0-1 pitch to Smith. In the air to left center. That's going to get down and roll to the wall. Smith rounding first, heading for second, and he is out at second base as he tried to stretch it into a double. Smith thrown out from left center. Dodgers retired in the 7th. And again, they do not have any challenges. They lost their challenge in the 1st inning. That is the 3rd time tonight the Dodgers have run into a 3rd out on the base paths. Stretch time at Fenway, 4-2. Red Sox lead the Dodgers. And it will be 9-1-2 for the Red Sox. Toro, Refsnyder, and Bregman due up in the bottom of the 7th. Ooh, that's not what you want if you're the running yourself into the 3rd out 3 times in a game. That is not good. So the Dodgers have beat themselves with some base running errors on the base paths tonight. They end up losing this game. They can definitely look back to those errors as part of the reason why. Reds have added to their lead against the Rays. Reds now lead that game 6-2. That game headed to the ninth. Orioles have now hung a dozen on the Rockies. A baker's dozen, actually. 13-0. Orioles lead the Rockies, bottom of the seventh. In that one. Astros trying to come back against the A's. Now 2-1 in that game, top of the seventh. Still a 6-4 lead for Cleveland over the Royals in game 2 of that doubleheader. See a new Dodgers pitcher here at the bottom of the seventh inning. It is going to be Will Klein will be the new pitcher for the Dodgers. Entering for the 10th time this season. One-and-one record, 3.72 ERA, 8 walks and 14 strikeouts. Faces Toro here in the bottom of the seventh, and Toro takes strike one. Abraham Toro, a sac fly back in that 3-run second inning. And Toro's now in an 0-2 hole. Top of the order, Ref Snyder and Bregman. Due up after Toro. And here's the 0-2. Strike 3. Toro the first out of the bottom of the seventh, and top of the order now, Ref Snyder comes up for the Red Sox. Ref Snyder hitless in 3 attempts tonight. It's too bad the Dodgers lost their challenge in the first inning because they've showed that play at second base that ended the top of the seventh about 3 times, and that's an argument I think the Dodgers would have won because Will Smith looked safe. But in the first inning, that play at third base, he looked safe to me too, and they stuck with the call on the field. 0-1 is hit foul, and it's now 0-2 on Ref Snyder. Ref Snyder has grounded out all 3 times tonight. So he's got the hat trick on groundouts. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Looking ahead to the Dodgers' 8th inning, it's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, and Andy Pages. 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Look like Garrett Whitlock warming up in the Red Sox for the Red Sox in the bullpen. We're probably going to see him in the 8th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the air, foul, first base side and out of play. It will stay 2-2. Klein, the 4th pitcher tonight used by the Dodgers. Kershaw went 4 2/3. Enriquez came in and threw 1 pitch to get out of the 5th. Saw Diaz last inning, now Klein, and the pitch is low. And a good battle back here for Ref Snyder. He's battled back to a full count after being behind 0-2. Three-two payoff is foul. And we'll do it again. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. It's Bregman on deck for the Red Sox. And here comes another 3-2 pitch. On the ground, foul, and it'll be pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming up. Klein looks on and will deliver another payoff pitch to Ref Snyder. A bouncer to third. Edman, no play. Ref Snyder has an infield single. So Ref Snyder aboard on an infield single for his first hit of the night. And that will bring up Alex Bregman. And it's like we're going to have a pinch runner at first base. It's like David Hamilton is going to be the pinch runner at first base for Ref Snyder. And Alex Bregman steps up. Singled twice in his 3 at-bats and has scored one of the Red Sox runs. Pitch to Bregman on the outside corner for strike 1. Klein's 0-1 pitch to Bregman on the way. On the ground and into right field for a base hit. Hamilton rounding second, heading to third, and the Red Sox have runners, at first and second. Thought I saw Hamilton rounding second there, as he was off with the pitch. Oh, he was going around second as he slid into second, and then his helmet came off, so he had to backtrack back to second base. And nonetheless, the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out for Anthony. Anthony is 2 for 2. He's singled, doubled, and he's also reached on a walk. He's reached base all 3 times tonight, and he has scored one of the 4 Red Sox runs. Drove in one of the 4 Red Sox runs, I should say. Ball 1. Anthony at second, Bregman at first. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Klein to Anthony. Up high, 2-0. Cleanup hitter Gonzalez is on deck. 2-0 pitch. Strike 1 down the middle, 2-1. Two one, fouled away, 2-2. Anthony took off from first base last at bat. Let's see if he takes off again from second on a 2-2 count to Anthony. 2-2 pitch. Instead, the throw back to second just to keep an eye out. And, Klein was thinking about that same thing. Klein steps back in again and gets set for the 2-2 pitch to Anthony. Nice stop behind the plate. And it's a full count. Hamilton, another lead from second base. And the 3-2 payoff from Klein. Hamilton does not go, and it's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. As Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, was going to come out of the dugout, but now he backtracks back to the dugout. Gonzalez will be the batter. Now Mark Pryor exits the dugout. Jack Dreyer loosening up in the Dodgers bullpen. So the bases are loaded for the Red Sox with one out. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Red Sox. It's Abreu. That's hit to short. Out at second, one. On to first for the double play. One pitch gets Klein out of the inning as Abreu came in to pinch hit, but hits into a 6-3 double play to get the Dodgers out of the inning and keep it a 2-run game. 4-2 Red Sox over the Dodgers as we head to the 8th. It will be Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, and Andy Pages in the 8th inning for the Dodgers. And let's see if we see Garrett Whitlock into the game to pitch. Both teams with 9 hits, 4 runs, 9 hits for the Red Sox, 2 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. Both teams have played error-free baseball tonight. Both teams have stranded 6 runners on base. As the Dodgers are down to their final 6 outs in this one. As they trail 4-2, trying to win the first 2 of this series against the Red Sox. And it is going to be Whitlock coming in to pitch for the Red Sox here in the 8th inning. Garrett Whitlock appearing for the 39th time on the year, 5-1 record. 3.17 ERA for Whitlock. Of 19 walks and 61 strikeouts in 48 1/3 innings. Wanting to hold this down and keep it a 4-2 lead to get it to Aroldis Chapman in the 9th inning. So Teoscar Hernandez leads off the 8th for the Dodgers. He hit the second of those 2 first-inning home runs, but the Dodgers have done nothing on the scoreboard since that first inning. And Hernandez takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Whitlock to Hernandez. Swing and a miss, 0-2. David Hamilton, who came in as a pinch runner in that last half inning, stays in the game to play second base. And a swing and a miss on an 0-2 pitch. Hernandez strikes out, and there's the first out of the 8th inning. And it brings up Freddie Freeman. Freeman on the night is 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. Big stat for the Dodgers tonight. Of their 9 hits, the 2 home runs are the only 2 extra base hits tonight. The other 7 hits singles. And they've ran themselves into the 3rd out of the inning 3 times on the base paths tonight. Pages on deck. And the 1-1 to Freeman. That's foul. First base side, it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts as Freeman goes down. 2 down in the 8th. Kirby Yates gets up in the Dodgers bullpen. 2 down here in the 8th inning. And it will bring up Andy Pages. Strike 1. Oh, 1 a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Boy, Whitlock is bringing it here in the 8th inning. As Fenway Park rises to their feet. Whitlock's 0-2 to Pages. Hit 2 short. The throw across and a 1-2-3 top of the 8th inning. A 10-pitch top of the 8th for Whitlock. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning at Fenway. It's still the Red Sox 4, Dodgers 2. And for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. Story, Narvaez, and Duran. That game in Baltimore, in the bottom of the 8th inning, 18-0. Orioles lead the Rockies. Orioles put up 9 in the bottom of the 7th. An 18-0 game. Run down the whole baseball scoreboard at the conclusion of this game. So here we go. It'll be Story, Narvaez, and Duran for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's going to be against Kirby Yates. 5th pitcher tonight for the Dodgers. Kirby Yates will come on with a 4-3 record. 4.45 ERA, 12 walks, 43 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings. So here we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox looking for some insurance, already up by 2, as Trevor Story will lead it off in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Yates brings the 0-1 pitch to Story. Fouled away. It's 0-2. Story 0 for 2 on the night. He has reached on a walk. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Yates to Story. And here it comes. Foul back. I think that got part of Will Smith's mask. Stays 0-2. Oh, 2 just missed 1 and 2. That was a little high. Looking to the Dodgers' ninth, which are going to need at least 3 or at least 2. It's going to be Edman, Rojas, and Ruiz, 6, 7, and 8 in the Dodgers lineup. Story sends this one into right field. And out there in medium depth right field is Teoscar Hernandez for the first out. 1 away here in the 8th inning, and it'll bring up Narvaez. 1 for 3 with a double. And he scored on the first Duran triple. Back in the second, as Aroldis Chapman is indeed loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. We will see him in the 9th as Narvaez fouls it off. Oh, 1 pitch to Narvaez from Yates. Fouled away. It's 0-2. Narvaez steps in against Yates and awaits the 0-2 pitch. In the air to left center field. And calling off Ruiz is Pages, and Pages makes the catch for out number 2. We'll bring up Duran. 2 for 3 with 2 triples tonight. Drove in 2 of the 4 Red Sox runs. They came with that on that 2-run triple in the second, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Ball 1. One pitch. Duran sends it into left, and that's going to be off the monster. Duran rounding first. He's going to have to settle for a double this time. So 2 triples and now a double for Duran. 8 total bases tonight. 9 total bases tonight. And he's aboard with 2 outs. Duran with 12 triples on the season. That's now his 26th double of the year. And it brings up Rafaela. Hitless in 3 attempts tonight. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Two-zero pitch. Strike at the knees, 2-1. Toro is on deck for the Red Sox. And here comes the 2-1 pitch from Yates to Rafaela. Foul back, 2-2. Pretty good cut on that one by Rafaela. Two misses, 3-2. If the Red Sox hang on and take this one, they will pull within a half a game of the Yankees for second in the AL East. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rafaela is down, as are the Red Sox in the 8th. They strand Duran at second. Last chance for the Dodgers. Edmund, Rojas, and Ruiz in the 9th. They trail 4-2, and they will see Aroldis Chapman in the 9th for the Red Sox. Aroldis Chapman on for the 44th time. He is 3-2. ERA of 1.34. 10 walks and 60 strikeouts. 40 and a third innings. He's looking for save number 18 on the season. Dodgers are going to need 2 in the inning to at least. It'll be Edmund, Rojas, Ruiz, 6, 7, and 8. Again, we'll give you one full look at the baseball scoreboard at the conclusion of this game. More games have gone final. As they have gotten underway in Anaheim, so all the games on the night are either final or underway. So Tommy Edman will lead it off against Aroldis Chapman. Edman 1 for 3 tonight. As the Dodgers need a 2-out rally here in the 9th, with just 3 outs left to do so. Here we go. First pitch, top of the 9th. Chapman to Edman. First pitch swinging is in the air to center. 1 pitch and 1 out as the catch is made in center field by Rafaela for the first out of the 9th. And it'll bring up Rojas, who has a 1 for 3 night going. Chapman brings it to Rojas. Strike 1. Rojas a single in the 6th inning for his lone hit of the night. And the 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Chapman looks on and brings the 0-2 to Rojas. Up high, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. In the air to right. And on his horse out there in right field for the catch for the second out is Anthony, and the Dodgers are down to their final out. And it'll be up to Ruiz to keep it alive for the Dodgers. Has to get on to get the tying run to the plate as Fenway rises. Chapman to Ruiz. Ruiz shows bunt, takes outside, ball one. Mm-hmm. 1-0 pitch on the way from Chapman to Ruiz. Inside, 2-0. Ruiz trying to get on in any way he can to get the tying run to the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Up high, it's 3-0. See if Ruiz in a 3-0 ahead of Chapman 3-0. See if he'll take a pitch here. Ruiz steps back in the box. Chapman looks in and gets set to deliver the 3-0 pitch. Strike one. Mookie Betts is on deck. He would pinch hit for Kim. Should Ruiz get on? And he will. That's ball four. And Mookie Betts comes up as the potential tying run. Mookie Betts coming on hitting .238, 11 home runs, 45 driven in. And Ohtani is on deck. And the pitch to Mookie Betts. Strike one. Oh, 1 from Chapman to Mookie Betts. Swing and a miss, 0-2. He was swinging for the fence on that one. And now the Dodgers are down to their final strike. If Betts gets on, Ohtani is on deck. Here's the 0-2. Up high, 1-2. That's a good stop there by the catcher Narvaez, as that one looked like it was way high, and it looked like it might have been headed back to the backstop. Here comes another 1-2 pitch. From Chapman to Betts. Down low, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Betts fouls it off. Stays alive. Ohtani on deck has homered. He homered on the third pitch of the game he saw, but he struck out the 3 times after that. Another 2-2 from Chapman to Betts. Up high, and the count is full. Ruiz dives back to first base. Betts looks in again, and a payoff pitch coming. Ruiz will be off with the pitch from first. And the 3-2 payoff pitch from Chapman with 2 out in the ninth. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. Betts looks at strike 3, and the Red Sox win it. The Red Sox even the series with the Dodgers with a 4-2 win, and Ohtani is left in the on-deck circle. Red Sox improve to 56-50 on the year and pull within a half game of the Yankees for second place in the AL East. Dodgers fall to 61-44, still leading the AL West. A 4-2 final score for the Red Sox, and it will be the rubber game of the 3-game series at Fenway tomorrow. Pitching matchup tomorrow, Dustin May goes for the Dodgers. Walker Buehler for the Red Sox. In what will be the rubber game in the finale of the 3-game series. 4-2, Red Sox win it over the Dodgers. Before we sign off, let's give you one more look at the baseball scoreboard tonight. Game's still going on. Braves and Rangers, 5-5 in Arlington. That game's headed to the 10th. A's now lead the Astros 5-1, bottom of the 9th in Houston. Nationals have busted it open over the Twins 9-3, heading to the 9th. Still 6-4, Cleveland over Kansas City, game 2 of that doubleheader. Padres lead the Cardinals at Busch 3-1, top of the 9th. Mets and Giants, no score, top of the 4 in the Bay Area. Mariners and Angels, no score, bottom 1 in Anaheim. Final scores from earlier, Phillies, 9-4 win over the Yankees. Game 1 of that doubleheader, Royals beat Cleveland 5-3, 3-run home run in the bottom of the 9th to win that one for the bottom of the 10th, rather, to win it for the Royals. Blue Jays win in Detroit over the Tigers 6-1. Pirates shut out the Diamondbacks 2-0. Reds 6-2 win over the Rays. The Cubs win the Battle of Chicago 6-1 over the White Sox. Marlins 7-4 win, cooling off the Brewers. And of course here, Dodgers 4-2, and the Orioles, it's a final 18-0 win over the Rockies in that one. And here it's 4-2 Red Sox. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube handle. If you like what I do, appreciate a like and subscribe on that page. I was on Kick tonight, Sports Kick John. I do have material on Twitch as well under Sport Guru John. Hope to be back with you tomorrow night for the Sunday night baseball game between the Mets and Giants. That is the tentative plan anyway. And I plan on being back with another live stream on that one. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and hope to talk to you tomorrow night for the Mets and Giants game to wrap up a Sunday night. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great night.